Cats with a 14-13 lead have the ball on their own 44 with a 2nd and 6 coming up against ranked Presbyterian. Paul Roper and Peter Montemayor with you. We'd like you to check out Carburritos, located south of campus on Main Street, a locally owned and operated casual dining Mexican restaurant. Carburritos offers outdoor and indoor dining options as well as takeout services. Orders can be placed online at visitcarburritos.com/Davidson. At the end of the third quarter, the Cats with 187 yards on 43 plays against Presbyterian's 280 yards on 56 plays. Davidson 2 of 10 on third downs, 2 of 4 on fourth downs, while Presbyterian 3 of 9 on third downs, 0 of 3 on fourth downs. And right now, that's one of the differences in this game, along with a +1 takeaway margin for Davidson.
This is it. This is the quarter. That means everything in this game. Everything. You have to have complementary football in the fourth quarter. You got to have the good special teams. You got to have the great defense. This is a big second down for Davidson on the offensive side of the ball. Do they throw the ball down the field a little bit? Do they spread out this defense for Presbyterian? Do they run underneath? 2nd and 6. Really big down for Davidson's offense.
That it is. Right now, on schedule with a 2nd and 6 here after that 4-yard run by Andrew Frazier out of the Wildcat to lead us into the fourth quarter. Team switch ends. Cats with the black helmets, red jerseys, black pants, moving from right to left towards the north end zone. Presbyterian white helmets, white jerseys, blue pants. As Drew Frazier remains the Wildcat quarterback. 2nd and 6 from the Davidson 44, 2 wides to the right. Now Berg in motion, there's a snap, and it is a jet sweep to Berg. Angling left, he's got the 50. First down, out of bounds in Presbyterian territory. Forced out at the 46-yard line. A couple of key first down carries for Brody Berg as he moves the chains for Davidson into Presbyterian territory.
Oh, man, and he delivers a shimmy when he gets to that near side 45-yard line almost, where he delivers that stiff arm up there on the near side boundary, giving him another couple yards right into Presbyterian territory for another first down.
They give him the 45. That'll be an 11-yard gain. Now 1st and 10. Cleveland back in the game at quarterback, out of the gun, 2 wides each side of the field, takes the snap and throws it into the ground, incomplete. As the pressure came immediately, Ivan Hoyt would have been the receiver in the area to his left. Now the officials are discussing whether or not this could be grounding. That play broke down in a hurry.
Yep, they're not throwing it.
Now they're going to say that Ivan Hoyt was in the area, so no intentional grounding, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Good job by Presbyterian anticipating a pass on first down, which Davidson hasn't really done, and they run that blitz, and Coulter clearly had nowhere to throw it.
Ball just offset of the left hash on the Presbyterian 45. Cats lead at 14-13, opening minute of the fourth quarter. 2 wides to the right, 2 tight ends on the right as well. Cleveland takes the snap. Quick throw to the left. It's caught by Mason Sharon out of the backfield. Left sideline, 35. He steps out of bounds. Mason Sharon with his 3rd reception of the afternoon somehow leaked out to the left. No one on Presbyterian noticed until the last moment. He steps out at the 34. An 11-yard reception and a Wildcat first down.
A good job by Cade Lewis for Presbyterian. He was leaking up from the linebacker position. He actually tapped that ball at the line of scrimmage. And a great job by Sharon to concentrate and look that ball in, even as it changed its direction in the middle of the air.
2 wides to the right, 2 tight ends right side of the field as well. Will Jones to the right of Cleveland in the gun on first down, takes the snap. Will Jones up the middle, he's got the 30, left side hash. Pyle pushing him towards the first down marker. Forward progress is going to be stopped at the 27-yard line. Good gain on first down for Davidson's own Will Jones. It creates 2nd and 3.
And they are doing a great job as this offensive line for Davidson. Probably one of their best games of the year, leaning on that big defensive line for Presbyterian as they make a bunch of wholesale changes as Porter checks out, the big nose guard for Presbyterian.
And Nick Rinaldi, the 2nd tight end of the set, checks out as well. Another Wildcat formation here. Drew Frazier out to take this snap. With 2 wides to the right, Brody Berg is wing right as well in this formation. Langston Green is a tight end on the right of the set as Frazier takes the snap. Give to Jones, trying to run left. He's going to be denied entry. And tackle made on a nice play by Carter Sidlowski, the senior from Mount Pleasant, Tennessee. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 3.
His 9.5 tackles for loss. That's his 9.5 on the season. Coming into today at 8.5, so he's a guy that likes to get heel depth, and like he did there. 3rd and short here. I think you're looking at possibly 4-down territory here, partner.
Yeah, this is just outside of what we believe is Zumakis' range. 3rd and 3 for the Cats on the Presbyterian 27. The Cats are just 2 of 10 on 3rd down. Cleveland back in the game in the gun. Wide receiver each side of the field. Now Brody Berg in motion to the right, then motions back to the left. Cleveland takes the snap. Give to Will Jones. Will Jones to the left. He's got the first down over the 25 to the 21-yard line. Will Jones was a key in a drive last week for the Cats as they scored a touchdown against Morehead State. And he's getting some key carries here in this fourth quarter to move the ball to the Presbyterian 21.
And a great call, partner, by the offense because they ran Brody Berg in motion, far side to near side, made the linebackers look off just a hair, enough to get up to the middle of the field to pick up another first down. Great play call, great execution, great blocking by this offensive line.
11:40 on a rolling clock, fourth quarter. Cats leading 14-13, 1st and 10 on the Presbyterian 21. There's a snap to Frazier as he fakes the give and angles to the left towards the sideline. So the Cats trying to switch things up between Cleveland and Frazier. He was only able to get a yard or two on that quarterback keeper to the left. We'll call it 2 yards to the Presbyterian 19. And here's Coulter Cleveland again to take this snap.
Keep that clock moving. I know it's 11 minutes left, but it's important. You keep the clock moving. You keep that offense for Presbyterian on the sideline as you look to get potentially more points here as you're at the 20-yard line moving in.
3 wide look. Frazier alone to the left. Slot right. Sales. Wide right. Hoyt. Snap to Cleveland. Give to Jones. Jones on the counter runs to his right and only gets a yard or two. He'll be stopped and around the 18-yard line. Only got a yard. Now the Cats face a 3rd and 7.
And that was a great job by the defensive end for Presbyterian, Malik Hornback. He got up the field, stopped on a dime, and as the running back was past him, he was able to get back and pursue and make the tackle from behind. These guys are great athletes on the defensive side of the ball for Presbyterian.
One of the best defenses in the FCS. Cats with a 3rd and 7 against them on the 18-yard line. 2 wides to the right. As Cleveland takes the snap, designed rollout to the right. Cleveland taking off, throws towards the end zone, right side at Berg. It's incomplete. Berg was all alone. The pass was just out of his reach on the right side with Boyce Bankhead in coverage. If that ball was thrown a little bit more, it would have been a 7-point lead for Davidson. Now the field goal unit will come out.
A lot of options he had in front of him. Decided to go into the end zone for the score. He had Langston Green, the tight end, underneath. Wasn't for first down yet, but not many people were around him. Tough to say what the quarterback sees in his sight line when he's rolling out.
Now here's Zumakis, 35-yard attempt right in the middle of the hashes out of the hold of Benoit and the snap of Pippin. From 35 yards out towards the north end zone toward left. Snap spot, kick on the way. It's got the distance towards the uprights. It is no good. Wide to the right. And the Presbyterian defense holds. Will take a timeout with 10:08 to play here in the fourth quarter. It's Davidson 14, Presbyterian 13. Back in 1 minute on the Davidson Sports Network from Learfield. Neither team is led by more than 6. The current lead is 5 for SMU, 48-43. They have had the lead since the 15:44 mark of the second half. That was a three-pointer by Walters, the first of back-to-back threes out of immediate timeout for SMU. So they've held the lead for almost 8 minutes since that point. Louisville hanging in there. Paul Roper along with Aaron Brunk with you from Spectrum Center as the Mustangs lead it by 5, 48-43. 6 foul called on SMU and the 4th on Igatolu. Now, granted, only has 2 points, but he has 7 rebounds. He's done a good job of clogging up the middle for SMU. Points in the paint, 20-14 for SMU over Louisville, and with Igatolu likely have to sit some timeout, all while avoiding his 5th foul. That could make things easier for Louisville in the paint.
Yeah, it really is. It's going to make things interesting. It's going to be really incumbent on Jaden Toombs to really step up on the interior and make his presence felt. He doesn't have any fouls, so something that helps at least SMU is the fact that he's not in any kind of foul trouble on the interior, but definitely going to lose something there without Igatolu.
And Toombs has been their leading scorer with 11 points, 5 of 8 from the floor. Washington with 10. He's 4 of 7. Whoopi Miller, after a 25-point effort against Syracuse yesterday, has been held to 8 against Louisville. Leading scorer for both teams is Adrian Woolley. He's got 14 for the Cardinals. Cardinals have the ball. The inbound, the basket to our left. goes to Zugris. Now Woolley at the top, left wing. McNeely, 3 on the way. Bullseye for Isaac McNeely, who pulls the Cardinals within 2. McNeely with 10 points, his second three-pointer. Approaching 7.5 minutes to play. Miller on top of the ACC tournament logo, bounce past the Toombs. Now back to Miller, foul line extended right, lobs at the Toombs in the paint. Toombs backing in, faces the basket, and gets the teardrop to go. He is so good in the low post. So he drops in another deuce. 13 points for him, 4-point lead for the Mustangs, 50-46 with 7:15 to go. Now Woolley, hands off to Rogers, into the paint. Rogers spins around, gets double teamed, loses the basketball, picks it back up with 10 to shoot. Back to McNeely. McNeely sizing up Pierre. McNeely on the right wing. Tosses it over to Zugris all the way to the basket, gets it to go off the window from the right side as Zugris is on the board with his first 2. It's 50-48. Under 6:45 to play in regulation. SMU with the basketball in the lead. Miller front court left. Over to Walters. Walters tries to hand it off to Pierre, and it bounces out of bounds. That's a turnover. It's Louisville basketball. The chance to tie or take the lead with 6:37 left to play.
Paul, that last strip was exactly what we talked about. The screen kind of sucked Toombs out of the middle, opened up the paint, and gave Louisville an opportunity to get the bucket to pull to within 2.
And it's no surprise that Zugris gets his first basket without Igutolo on the floor. He's got 4 fouls. And now a timeout has been called by SMU following that turnover. We'll keep it right here with 6:37 left to play. Winner of this game will take on Miami in the quarterfinals tomorrow. Our other early quarterfinal will be NC State against Virginia. Third meeting between those schools this year. Virginia winning both of those in a rout in the regular season. And then tomorrow's quarterfinals will be Duke, number 1 seed, will face either California or Florida State. We'll play in our next game to start off tonight's night session. And our final quarterfinal tomorrow will be North Carolina against either Wake Forest or Clemson. SMU using one of their then 3 timeouts. Each team now has 2 remaining. SMU at 6 fouls, Louisville with 2. Possession arrow favors SMU at 6:37 to go. And they have a 50-48 lead over Louisville. It'll be a mid-court inbound. Conwell set to inbound on the floor with Hadley, McNeely, Woolley, and Zugris. Miller, Washington, Walters, Pierre, and Toombs for SMU. As the inbound goes to Woolley, game's leading scorer with 14 points. Woolley between the rings to his left for Conwell. Outline extend to left, Conwell still with it. Trying to get around the screen from Zugris. Now backs up a little bit, bounce past to Zugris. Short corner left, backing in the block against Toombs, backing in. Hook shot is good to tie the score at 50. No, Zugris with back-to-back hoops for the Cardinals with no Igutolo to worry about. Score tied at 50, 6:10 to play. And the Cardinal fans making some noise inside Spectrum Center. Here's Walters, 40 feet away from the basket on the left side for SMU. Hands off to Miller. Miller using a Toombs screen. Miller with a 3 on the right side, short. Toombs can't get the rebound. It goes to McNeely. McNeely across to Conwell into the paint, kicks it out. Right corner 3 on the way. Hadley, it's no good. And the rebound tapped out of bounds by Miller. It'll go to Louisville. Fresh 20 for the Cardinals with 5:48 to go. Tied at 50. Last Louisville lead came when it was 33-30 at the 17:49 mark. They've not had the lead in 12 minutes and 1 second at this point. We'll have an opportunity to take the lead here. Inbound goes to Zugris, high post left, leaves it back for Woolley. Now at the top, Hadley. Underneath Zugris on the right block, tries to stuff it home, and he does. He's able to finger roll it with 2 hands, and Louisville has regained the lead, 52-50. 5:35 left to play in regulation. And that's the MO from Coach Kelsey. Get it to Zugris. You don't have that 7'2" Turkish center to worry about. With Igutolo on the bench with 4 fouls. Now here's Miller at the top with 12 to shoot for SMU. Drives down left of the paint. Gets stuck Next to Zugris, over to Toombs. Toombs with a turnaround shot off the back iron, no good. Rebound tapped out. Toombs gets his own rebound. Fresh 20 for SMU, kicks it out. 3 on the way from the left side. Good! Jerron Pierre Jr. knocks down another triple. And the Mustangs back on top 53-52 with less than 5 minutes to go. What a game brewing here in Charlotte. The winner will face Miami in the quarterfinal tomorrow. Now on the left side, here's a finger roll from the left side that's good for Louisville's Javon Hadley, and back on top the Cardinals go. The game's 14th lead change, 54-53 Louisville with 4:40 left to play. Hadley has 9 points. Louisville's made 6 of their last 7 from the field. Now Miller front court right, over to Pierre. Pierre straight on, he is watched by Conwell. Here will slow things down with 10 to shoot. Gets a screen from Washington. 3 on the way left side. Bullseye! Jerron Pierre Jr. with his 4th three-pointer of the second half. And SMU back on top 56-54. 4:15 left to play. Now in the left wing, here's Woolley. Over to Zugris. Hands off to Conwell. Conwell will back up a little bit, slow things down with 12 to shoot. Conwell driving past Toombs all the way to the basket. Gets it off the glass and in to tie the score at 56. Boy, what pace over these last couple of minutes, trading the lead. Ties involved. That is our 9th tie of the ball game. We'll have the under 4 media timeout in the next dead ball. We're down to 3:40 to go, tied at 56. Miller with 13 to shoot. Left corner 3, Pierre again, it's short. And Zugris the rebound for Louisville. Well, Pierre had a heat check, couldn't get it to go. And now Louisville with an opportunity to regain the lead. All the way to the basket, it's Zugris, spins around. At the top, it's Conwell 30 feet away from the hoop straight on. Zugris tries to set up a screen. Conwell doesn't use it. Instead, he listens to directions from Coach Kelsey. Now leaves it back to Woolley on top of the ACC tournament logo. 10 to shoot. McNeely comes in to set up a screen. Jab step by Woolley, loses the ball, down to 2 to shoot. Woolley stuck. Woolley gets double teamed, tosses up a prayer. It's a shot clock violation. Well short. And we have a timeout on the floor with 3:04 left to play. And no surprise, this one is tied as we go into our final media timeout. 9 ties, 15 lead changes. All square at 56. 3:04 to go between SMU and Louisville. A date with Miami awaits tonight's winner. We'll find out who it is in a matter of moments. You're listening to the 2026 T. Rowe Price ACC Men's Basketball Tournament from Learfield. 22-12, North Carolina with the lead over Florida State here in our first quarterfinal of the day in Greensboro. Paul Roper and Dan Kortz with you as Carolina finished that first quarter shooting 6 of their last 9 from the field. Florida State has really had their struggles as they only shot 4 for 18 from the floor in the opening quarter. And they have to try and find something offensively. And so far, Carolina now with their full complement of players looking mighty strong against the Seminoles team that won at the buzzer in Chapel Hill 2 months ago.
UNC has shown up ready to go. A lot of these possessions for Florida State have been one shot and done. And as you alluded to just now, a lot of them misses. Carolina playing the rebounding game very well, already out-rebounding them 14-10 as well.
7 second chance points for North Carolina off 3 offensive rebounds. They have managed to score a second chance point off all of their offensive rebounds thus far. It'll be Florida State basketball wearing all whites. They'll be moving to the basket towards our left against the Tar Heels wearing all Carolina blue. And we're underway with the second quarter. Noles with the basketball trailing by 10. Gordon at the top for Timpson. Now to her left for Bonner. Watched by Donarski. At the foul line, it's Timpson. Driving against Goctane to the basket. Lays it in with the left hand. +1. She'll go to the line after the foul. Against the Tar Heels. We'll see who they get here. Give it to Triana Crisp. Triana Crisp, the transfer from Arizona State, who entered the ball game at the start of the quarter, picks up a foul just 14 seconds in. And Timpson will go to the line for a three-point play. 80% foul shooter was Timpson, all ACC first-teamer from Edison, Georgia. Shot is up and good for Timpson. And the Noles with the first 3 points of the period. Now trail by 7, 22-15 North Carolina with the basketball as they travel from left to right. Kelly over the right lane. Watched by Williams. At the top with Donarski. Ball goes through her legs. Is able to save it before it goes to the backcourt. Donarski. Bounce pass over to Goctane in the left wing. Goctane with 7 to shoot. Now Chris back to Goctane, left block, 2 to shoot. Goctane with the reverse has it rejected by Timpson. They'll call the shot clock violation as the Noles try to track down the loose ball, but Noles have to be happy with how these first 2 possessions have fared. A 3-point play to get on the board in the second quarter and a shot clock violation defensively. Now it's Gordon into the front court. Then up by Kelly. Over the left side for Villegas. Fakes the 3, then fires the 3. It's short, and Donarski with the rebound for Carolina. Past the opening minute of our second quarter, 22-15 Tar Heels. Donarski at the top for Goctane. Over to Grant, fakes the 3 on the left wing. Goctane sets up a screen. Now it goes to the left elbow for Kelly. Her shot off the glass, no good. And a rebound to Timpson and the Seminoles. Over to Gordon. Gordon back to Bonner. Bonner driving past Donarski through traffic on the right side. The layup, it doesn't go. And Goctane the rebound for Carolina. Over to Kelly. Kelly to the top. Finds Donarski left corner. 3 on the way is too strong. Donarski tries to track down her own rebound. Was beaten to it by Gordon, but she couldn't hand on to the ball. Out of bounds. It goes back to Carolina.
Number 11, Sydney Bowles.
Only 20 to shoot for North Carolina. So it'll work like an offensive rebound. Donarski, foul line extended left to Kelly off the inbound. Now between the circles for Donarski. She's watched by Bonner. Goctane looking to set up a screen. Donarski with 7 to shoot. Finds Kelly. Kelly through traffic for the free throw line. Over for Chris. Fakes the 3. On the right side from 12, tosses one up late as the shot clock expires. That one fell short and into the hands of Florida State's Williams. Noles trail 22-15 with the basketball. It's Bowles in the left corner to Timpson. Timpson turnaround shot from 6. She splashes it down. She has all 5 points in the second quarter. And the deficit cut down to 5, 22-17. Now Kelly at the top for Grant. Bounce pass to Crisp. She's watched by Williams. Over to Goctane. And the high post on the right side. Goctane from 17 feet. No good. I don't think that's really her shot. Again, the Heels come up empty on this possession. Chance for the Noles to make it a 1-score game as Gordon will take it over to the right wing. Left side for Williams. 3 on the way is too strong. And a rebound to the hands of Kelly of Carolina. Kelly down the left sideline, takes it into the forecourt. Kelly drives past Gordon and leaves it back for Grant. Grant trapped in the left corner, then drives baseline. And whips it out to Crisp. Crisp takes the 3, then drives down the right side. Shot up over Williams is short. Gets her own rebound. A fresh 20 for Carolina. Crisp, outline extended right. Watched by Williams. Over to the left for Kelly. Kelly driving past Bonner to the basket, down the left lane, no good. Goctane the rebound, can't put it back up, rejected by Timpson. Goctane for a third try, also no good, and then draws a foul, much to the displeasure of the small yet vocal Seminole fans clad in garnet and gold here inside the First Horizon Coliseum. So Goctane will go to the line to shoot 2 and give Carolina their first points of the second quarter. Already 3 blocks for Michaela Timpson. They gave that foul to Malaya Williams, her second. And Florida State's first, as Goctane from the foul line, a 65.6% shooter. The line drive attempt is in to make it 23-17. Goctane with the hot pink shoes at the free throw line. Second attempt from Goctane. Too strong. Rebound into the hands of Navarre, and the Heels can reset. Can add more points to this possession. Grant climbing down the lane on the right side, rejected by Timpson, her 4th block, and out of bounds off of Grant. So Timpson right now doing work defensively already with 4 blocks for Florida State. We've got 6:23 to go until halftime.
Timpson has been the defense for Florida State today and off to a roaring start on the defensive end of the floor.
23-17, North Carolina with the lead. Here's Gordon with the runner high off the glass and in from the right side. Amaria Gordon with her first hoop, now has 3 points. It's a 4-point Carolina lead with the basketball. Still looking for their first field goal of the second quarter. They're 0 for 9 from the floor. It's Usby between the circles, watched by Turnage. Usby tried to hand off to Navarre, then tries to toss it towards Navarre. taken away by Turnage and into the hands of Latson. Latson into the front court. Latson kicks it out to Gordon, 3 from the right lane. Bingo! Home run shot for Omaria Gordon. And it's a 1-point game, 23-22. North Carolina with the lead. Florida State on a 10-1 run. Grant foul line extended right for the Heels. Uses the screen around Thomas on the right side. Underhands the pass to Kelly. At the top for Navarre, trying to drive towards the left elbow. Retreats outside of the arc. Give and go with Usby. Navarre, baseline drive left side with 7 to shoot. Spins around the block. Kicks it to the right corner for Grant. 17-footer on the way. It goes 16 and the rebound to Turnage. Opportunity for the Noles to regain the lead. Here's Latson down the left lane. Trapped to the block. Over for Timpson. Fakes a shot from the block. Up against Thomas. Turnaround from 12. Goes 13. And Usby with the rebound off the bracket. Will take it to the front court for Carolina, leading 23-22. Still looking for their first field goal of the second quarter. Only point came off of a Gokdane free throw. Grant over on the left lane. 3 on the way for Navarre. Is short. And the rebound to Turnage. But she's beaten to it by Navarre. Steals it away. Over to Usby. Dribbles. And then draws contact, but no foul. She tried to throw it up against Snoop Turnage. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Carolina basketball out of this timeout. So Carolina really struggling in this second quarter. Florida State's taking advantage. They've scored 10 of the 11 points in this period and have now cut what was an 11-point deficit down to 1. It's North Carolina 23, Florida State 22. This is quarterfinal action from the 2025 Ally ACC Women's Basketball Tournament from Learfield. Alongside Dan Kortz, my name is Paul Roper. Thanks for joining us this afternoon on a beautiful afternoon for baseball. Here in the Bull City, the Clemson Tigers lead the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets 5-4 in our first semifinal of the day at the 2025 ACC Baseball Championship, where we will face either Florida State or North Carolina, who will square off in our second semifinal later today, approximately 1 hour after the conclusion of this game. Yellow Jackets scored the first 3 runs, 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Clemson with 5 in the third. And the Jackets get a run back in the 4th inning on the RBI single by Will Baker. That was last batter Talon Bill faced. Bell goes 3 2/3 innings, allows 4 runs. 3 of those earned off 4 hits, walking 2, striking out 3. Now here's Mason Patel starting his second inning of work for the Yellow Jackets. Right-hander starts his line. First pitch of the 5th inning is swung on, grounded up the first baseline, fielded behind the bag by Schmidt. He'll run over to first for a 3 unassisted putout on 1 pitch. Colin Priest is retired to start the 5th inning. Brings up Josh Pano. Pano does not have an official at bat yet. He's reached twice, hit by a pitch in the first, walked and scored in the 3rd inning. Pano a .265 hitter. Right-handed hitter to face Patel, who starts as wide, and the pitch on the way is in there for a strike at 90 miles an hour on the inner half, 0-1. 3 on the left side of the diamond, playing Pano to pull. Here's the 0-1 for Patel. Low and away for a ball, evens out the count at 1-1. A graduate transfer from California Baptist University. Here's the 1-1 to him. Swings and fouls it off. That one hits the roof. That protects our press box on the first base side. 1-2 the count. Base is empty, top of the 5th inning, 5-4 Clemson. Line in the 1-2 for Patel. Check swing, did he go around? He did, according to first base umpire Adam Dowdy. And Josh Pano is struck out. That's the second strikeout by Patel. 2 up and 2 down to begin the 5th inning for the Tigers. Here comes Dominic Listy. Listy is 0 for 1. Struck out in the first, hit by a pitch and scored in the 3rd inning. Left-handed hitter. Line to the first pitch from Patel. It's a fastball in the inner half at 91 miles an hour for a strike, 0-1. Listy also a graduate transfer, former Sycamore from Indiana State. Patel's 0-1. This is outside, evens at the count at 1-1. Tell getting the sign. And the 1-1 on the way to Listy. Listy gets it towards foul territory in the third base side. Kurt shades his eyes and makes the catch running towards the Yellow Jacket bullpen for the final out. 3 up, 3 down for the Tigers. As Patel sets him aside, second time the Tigers have been retired in order this afternoon. We're midway through this one in Durham, first semifinal of the day at Durham Bulls Athletic Park with the score Clemson 5, Georgia Tech 4. You're listening to the ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield. Head to the bottom of the fifth inning. The Jackets will have the top of the order to face Joe Allen. Drew Burris, Kent Schmidt, and Kyle Lodes. Clemson leading 5-4 over Georgia Tech. Our first semifinal day here at Durham Bulls Athletic Park.
Tell you what, the hype man, Jatovi, who does it for the Durham Bulls, the ACC baseball tournament when it's here, and does it for the Carolina Hurricanes, nearly launched a shirt into our booth. The gentleman right in front of us able to get his hands on it, though, before it could have done some damage.
Quite an arm.
Yeah.
Hurricanes on the road trying to salvage the series against the Panthers tonight in the Eastern Conference Finals down in Sunrise as the first pitch runs inside on Drew Burris for a ball 1-0. Burris 0 for 1. He has walked and hit a pop fly in foul territory to the first baseman of the ball game. One of the top hitters in college baseball launches a 1-0 pitch on the outside corner for a strike 1-1. This is the 12th time the ACC Baseball Championship has been staged here at Durham Bulls Athletic Park, which opened in 1995. Hosted 3 out of 4 times between 96 and 99, then it didn't come here for a while. 1-1 on the way is outside for ball 2, 2-1. After Wake Forest won back-to-back years in 98-99 here in Durham, did not return until 2009. And it's been a semi-regular host since then. It'll flip-flop with Charlotte over the next few years at Truist Field as host of this tournament. 2-1 the count to the batter Drew Burris. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 5-4 Clemson lead. Allen set full line, 2-1 on the way, and he's going to get a breaking ball in the outer half for a strike at 2-2. Three on the left side of the diamond against the righty batter. 2-2 on the way. Burris pops it up. Foul territory, third base side. However, they'll run out of room as it lands halfway up the seating area on the third base side. It's a foul ball, 2-2. Allen looks in for the sign. Right-hander set at the belt. And the 2-2 to Burris. Burris swings and hits this one to right field, but not deep. Wentworth rushes in a few steps, lines it up, makes the grab, and retires Burris for the first down.
First baseman, number 10, Kent Schmidt.
Brings up Kent Schmidt. Left-handed hitter is 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Reached on the fielder's choice and scored in the first. Reached on an error in the third inning. We'll put 3 on the right side of the diamond against him. First pitch is on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Pano, the third baseman, is the only one on the left side of the diamond against the lefty hitting Schmidt. Allen set, 1-strike pitch. Pano grounds it away from the shift through the left side of the diamond for a base hit. Now Schmidt throws the scatter report out the window as he plays it away from the shift and sprays it towards left field for a 1-out single.
Good piece of hitting there. Had to reach for it a little bit, but got to make good contact with it. And as you said, away from the shift. I'm actually surprised with the shift. More people just don't lay a bunt. I saw Ken Griffey Jr. do it once. Just lay a bunt down the third base line, knowing you're getting a free base out of it if it stays fair.
Sometimes laying the bunt is hard for some of these guys who are taught to swing it. First pitch on the way runs Inside for a ball, 1-0 to Kyle Lodies. Lodies 1 for 2 with a single, a fly ball out the center of the ball game. .330 hitter at the plate, 15 homers, 58 RBI. Allen set. 1-0 from the stretch. Lodies, line drive in the left field, base hit. Schmidt moves over to second. It's back-to-back one-out singles for the Yellow Jackets. They're in business here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Dangerous Alex Hernandez coming up to the plate.
Right fielder number 4, Alex Hernandez.
Second hit of the afternoon for Lodies. Now Hernandez, he's 0 for 2. Lined into a hard luck double play to end the third inning. Looks like we're going to see some action start to warm up in the pen for Clemson.
Jacob McGovern heading to the bullpen. And Nathan Dvorsky also.
Dvorsky and McGovern. The double barrel action, a lefty and a righty if they both start getting loose. Now runners at first and second. One out here on the bottom of the fifth inning. Clemson with a 5-4 lead. Georgia Tech looking to tie or take the lead with Alex Hernandez, their cleanup batter, at the plate. First pitch to the righty hitting Hernandez, and he wanted to hold up the swing, could not. An 83-mile-an-hour pitch from Allen, 0-1. It was a half-hearted swing that he tried to hold up. Easy strike call there, 0-1. Now Allen set. Looks back at the runner at second, then deals the 0-1. Low and away for a ball, 1 strike to Hernandez. Hernandez, a .333 hitter on the year, 14 home runs, 61 RBI. He's the ACC's freshman of the year. He's in a big spot here in the bottom of the fifth inning with 2 on and 1 out. 1-1 to Hernandez, and he fouls off the pitch to the backstop for strike 2, 1-2. The center fielder, Canarella, shaded towards left center, playing Hernandez to pull. As Allen is ready at the belt, looks back at second, is 1-2, and Hernandez pops it up out of play in foul territory on the third base side. We'll do it again at 1-2. Taking a look at the Clemson bullpen, it is just the lefty McGovern warming up. Perhaps to face Daniel and Baker coming later in the lineup, 2 of the left-handed bats for Georgia Tech. Another 1-2, and Hernandez fouls it off again.
Obviously, they're hoping if you're Clemson, Allen can get the next 2 and maybe prolong that until the next inning, potentially.
Now Allen looking to take care of Hernandez with a 1-2 count. Runners at first and second, 1 out. 5-4 lead for Clemson in the bottom of the fifth. Another 1-2 from Allen, and Hernandez lines this one down the right field line. And a sliding grab in front of the track by Wentworth for out number 2. He throw it back towards first base, and he got the out there too as he caught Kyle Lodies leaning. Lodies with a base running gap for the second time in the ball game. He was thrown out at home after he missed a stop sign earlier and was caught leaning, thinking that ball might have dropped in right field when it did not. And it's a 9-3 double play as Hernandez hits into a hard luck double play for the second time in as many at bats. Now that's it for the Yellow Jackets here in the fifth. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left on. We've played 5. Clemson 5, Georgia Tech 4. You're listening to the ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.